Hello. Hi everyone, good evening. Can all of you hear me? Okay, great. So welcome to IMTS everyone, and thank you for attending today's class. I hope all of you are doing good and can hear me clearly. Sanobar, Kelvin, Mumtaz, Fahad, Prabha, Seher, Monachan, Akshat. Very good evening, Fahad. Monachan, good evening. Okay, great. So we can, what we can do, we can wait for a few minutes and so that everyone can join and then we can start. I am good, Mr. Monachan. Thank you for asking. How are you? Kelvin, very good evening. Thank you. Okay, great. Today we are celebrating Lohri in India. I don't know how many of you are familiar with this festival. So happy Lohri to all of you. It's a Punjabi festival, right? So we can wait for a few minutes and then we can start. Today we will be discussing about global competitiveness. We celebrate Sankranti. Yeah, Sankranti is tomorrow. Makar Sankranti, that's called. And I think in Kerala we have some racing, boat racing on the same day. What is that called? I don't remember. Onam, I think, or what? Sabarmala, okay. I don't have much information about the festivals of South India. How was everyone's day today? How many of you adopted the theories that we have studied yesterday? The skills required of a good manager. Did anyone got the chance to implement it? It's Onam, I guess, yeah. Yes, Fahad. I also think so. What do we mean by the term global competitiveness? Anyone can answer? I have not uploaded the PPT yet, Prabha. I did Art of Living courses at all same point. Yes, Art of Living by Shri Ravi Shankar ji. Prabha, okay, good. Yeah, he's very good. That's good. Fatima, good evening. Mr. Sarfaraz, very good evening. How are both of you? Welcome to IMTS. Hope you are doing good. What do we mean by the term global competitiveness? Anyone? Let me type it down. global competitiveness. It's for the right of a country. Global competitiveness of a country. Oh my God. Okay, let me upload the PPT. See, the basic definition of a global competitiveness. Global competitiveness means it is the ability of any nation to provide quality products and services at competitive prices, thereby providing adequate returns, right? Right. So it is the power of any country with which they can provide a good quality service and product at competitive price. It means the prices should not be very high. Right, so competitiveness is the comparative concept of the ability and performance of a firm or subsector of a country. Why global competitiveness is important? Why is it important? Okay, Mr. Ajit has joined. Mr. Ajit, good evening. Can you hear me? Welcome to IMTS. Can you hear me? So does all of you get the point of global competitiveness? Why do we need it? Right, so global competitiveness can be in any field, in education field, in private sector, right? In any field it is there. Okay, 1 second. Right, so each year every country makes this report of their country, global competitiveness report, which is called, right, to get the idea of how their country is performing. Okay, I don't have any PPT for this topic, but I will share some good points. 1 second. Right, so each country is given the rankings based on the global competitiveness report. Read this. I have taken this from Wikipedia. Right, so this report is called GCR of all the countries. Akshata, good evening. Can you hear me? Welcome to IMTS. Thank you for attending today's class. The topic that we are learning today is global competitiveness. Okay, so the Global Competitiveness Report is a yearly report published by the World Economic Forum. Since 2004, the Global Competitiveness Report ranks countries based on the Global Competitiveness Index developed by Xavier Sala I. Martin and Elsa V. Artadi, right? So they make the report. Before that, the macroeconomic ranks were based on Jeffrey Sachs Global Development Index, right? So earlier we were using this index, but now we are using this GCR. And the microeconomics ranks were based on Michael Porter's Business Competitiveness Index, right? So there were various index, but now for all the countries, this report is formed by this Xavier Salai Martin and Tulsa V. Artadi, right? So the Global Competitiveness Index integrates the macroeconomic and the micro business aspects of competitiveness into a single index. Now, what does this report assesses or researches on? The report assesses the ability of any country to provide high level of prosperity to their citizens. Dubai is world 10th good place for health and happy standard. Yes, right. So you can access the reports. Like I will give you one link where you will find the rankings. You can find the rankings on this website for each year. On this website, you can go through the rankings of the countries. Right? Okay. So it is this report assesses the abilities of countries. As you can see, the report assesses the ability of countries to provide high levels of prosperity to their citizens. This in turn depends on how productivity a country uses available resources. So whatever available resources are there in the country, mineral resources or other natural resources, how a country utilize those resources for their people, for the betterment of their people, or for improving the living quality of their peoples. Right. So whichever countries utilize it the best, they are placed among the top in this GCR report. Right. So since 2010, so one second. Therefore, yeah, this in turn depends on how productivity a country uses available resources. Therefore, the Global Competitiveness Index measures the set of institutions, policies, and factors that sets the sustainable current and medium-term level of economic prosperity. Since 2010, Switzerland has led the ranking as the most competitive economy in the world, right? So since 2010, Switzerland is at #1 position. The US, which ranked first for several years, fell to 5th place, right? So US is now on 5th place due to consequences of the financial crisis between 2007 and 10, all the recession that occurred between 2007 and 10, and its macroeconomic instability. Where is UAE ranked? Have you checked? Where is UAE ranked in that? #1 is Switzerland, #2 is Singapore. UAE is ranked on 24th, but it's good. UAE is ahead of India. I think, yeah. UAE is ahead of India. So no, it was for 2012-13. Then one second. In 2014 and 15, UAE is on 12th position. That's good. So they have improved a lot. Yes. India, let me check. India, let me check. India is not in top 30, I think. They are not in top 30. Right, so it's far behind. Right, so I don't know about India. I have to say, right, so you can check it or you can Google it, but it is not in top 30. That's for sure. Right, so we can now we can define global competitiveness. How? If you don't know basic background, we can define global competitiveness. Let me color it with a different color, with red color. Yeah. Global competitiveness is the services or products provided by competing companies or nations that serve international customers. Think about you can have a pie eating contest or a race. These are the examples of competition on a local scale, where they are competing against one another for one common goal, the best in their core competence. What a company does best is how core competency is defined, right? The parameters set globally. Global competition has allowed companies or nations to sell and buy their services internationally, which opens the door to increased profits and flattens the playing field in business. So this is the basic of global competitiveness. Rajiv has joined. Nixon, Rajiv, Mohammed Rejai. Can all of you hear me? Renan, welcome to IMTS, all of you. Hope all of you are doing good. So the topic that we are learning today is global competitiveness. Okay. Right, so I was just going through the basic definition of global competitiveness. This economics. This topic is related to international marketing management. The course number MP141. No, this is not the economics class, right? So it comes under this course. MP141, International Marketing Management. Clear? Nixon? Okay. Now, how to get the competitive edge over other countries or the business? But now Modi's Make in India can make India. Let's see. Still the things are under process, right? So we can't predict anything, right? Nothing concrete can be seen. It's all verbal these days, right? So let's wait for the outcome, right? So anyways, how many of you are satisfied with Mr. Modi? How many of you are satisfied with his performance till now? He has completed, I think, 7 months in government. Prabha is satisfied. What about the others? Rajiv is wait and watch policy, okay? Kelvin is satisfied, okay? What about others? Others don't have interest in politics? Path says not really. Okay. So it depends from person to person, right? So even I I am also not very satisfied, right? He is only enlightening the hopes of the people. Nothing concrete has happened till now. But let's wait. So people, yeah, everyone has hope that he will do. Let's hope that he delivers, unlike other politicians. Anyways, let's come back to the topic. How to get the competitive edge, right? How to get the competitive edge over your opponents or over your opponent countries or your opponent, what to say, organizations. Successful leaders recognize the need to adapt to the ever rapidly changing ways to do business in the global environment. These leaders seek to build competitive advantages around the core competencies of the organization while also reducing cost to conduct their business, right? Now this is the basic of for any country, right? To provide the best service while cutting down their operational cost, right? That is the goal of all the business companies or which are operating in countries, right? These organizations also understand that doing the best that they do is not always enough to be on the top. In order to keep the competitive position in the domestic market, they will need to acquire knowledge of other key competitors in the global marketplace, right? So, right, doing the best is not enough. They should have the information of what your competitors are doing, right? Only then you can think of doing better than them. If you don't have the knowledge and information of what they are doing, you can't predict, right? You are the company. We are not astrologers where we can predict of what they are doing, right? So each company keeps the information about their competitors of what they are making, what they are doing, what technologies they are using, right? What is their operating cost, everything. So, right, they have their resources, so they use those resources. Excuse me. Yeah. They need to stay informed of other domestic and foreign competitors' potential strategies as well as their competitors' strengths and weakness. Right. Apart from your competitors' policies, it is also important to know their strength and weakness. Right. So so each company does the SWOT analysis of their competitors of what are their strength, weakness, right, objectives. Global competitors understand that with increased competition, new ways to differentiate their product and services need to be developed. One of the best motivations to innovate for a company is knowing that they can lose business to the opposing team. So this is how you can get the competitive edge over others. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? One second. One second, one second. I'm trying to find some PPT. Now, tell me one question. Why is global competitiveness important? Why is it important? See, it is important to increase the productivity, to encourage foreign direct investment, to increase the living standard of the peoples in that country, to maintain the balance of trade between import and export of that country, also to gain macroeconomic stability for the economic development of that country, right? In all, to increase the business, to grow more and more, right? The more the country earn, the better uh, the the more richer the peoples of that country will be. Clear? Now let me share my screen, right? I have one PPT which I cannot, so let me try to Share my screen. Okay. Can all of you see my screen? Yeah. Can all of you see my screen? Please respond in the chat box. Hello. Okay. Okay. Mumtaz and Fahad says yes. Okay, fine. Now, this was the importance of global competitiveness, right? To increase productivity, to encourage foreign direct investments, to increase the living standard, to maintain the balance of trade between import and export of any country, to gain macroeconomic stability for the economic development of the country, right? So that is why it is important. Clear? Should I proceed? Is it clear to everyone? Okay. Okay. But this was the global competitiveness report, right? I think India is at 50th position. India is at 50th position. This is the old report, not the current one, right? So at that time, US was on 12th position, was on second position, and Finland was on first position. Now this is the GCI, right? What is it called? Global Competitive Index, GCI. Right? What is GCI? It is an international ranking of countries which uses economic and other information to list countries in order of their competitive performance. Right? This was developed for the World Economic Forum by Columbia University Professor Xavier Zala I. Martin, right? Which I was mentioning before, and it was originally introduced in 2004. The basic pillars include right on what parameters this report is made, right? So those parameters are the institutions, the infrastructure of that country, the macroeconomic stability, health and primary education of that country, higher education and training, goods market efficiency, labor market efficiency, financial market sophistication, technological readiness, market size, business sophistication, and innovation, right? So based on all these parameters, this GCI report is made, and then the rankings of the countries are made. Clear, everyone? Where is that chat box from? Okay. Any doubts so far? Okay, let's move to the next slide. The 12 pillars which determines the GCI of any country, right? So the 12 pillars that I have just named, let's discuss each one of them in detail. So number one, I said, was the institutions. Now in institutions, both the public institutions and the private institutions comes, right? The performance of those institutions are measured or researched, how they are performing, are they helping the people or not, right? Or they are were they able to solve the purpose for which they were made, whether they are able to do that or not. Second is market size, right? The PPP decides the market size of the country, the consumption pattern of the consumer, right? How big is the market, right? Were the consumers able to get all the necessary things they want to spend their comes under. Can all of you hear me? Okay, so I was mentioning about the infrastructure. One second. Yeah. So I was mentioning about the infrastructure. Right. So in infrastructure, we have the overall infrastructure quality. We have railroad, railways, bus stations, quality of airports, infrastructure, quality of air transportation, infrastructure, quality of electricity supply, telephone lines. Right. So all these things are considered before making the final GCI report of any country. Then we have the macroeconomic stability. In this we have the government's surplus or the deficit. Right, how much savings the government has, or how much the government is in loss, right? Which we call it as the fiscal deficit. If you know this term, fiscal deficit. Right, it means that for a good country, the company should have less fiscal deficit. Clear? Is it clear to everyone? Okay. Then we have the national savings of that country in inflation. I hope all of you are familiar with this term, inflation. Right? For a good country, inflation should be less. The more the inflation is, the more the things are costlier. The more daily used commodity products are costlier. The less the inflation, the better it is for people. Interest rate spread, right? The interest, the home loans, the interest rates given by the bank should be less, right? Or the interest rate on the fixed deposit should be more for a good economy. Government debt, real effective exchange rate, right? The exchange rate should be competitive and less. Do you know when India got independence, how much was the $1 costing into rupees? Does anyone know that? When India got independence in 1947, at that time, how much was $1 equal to in rupees, Indian rupees? No idea. Anyone has idea? $1 was equal to 1 rupee at that time. When India got independence, $1 was equal. $1 was equal to 1 Indian national rupees. And now these days $1 is equal to around 63 Indian national rupees. Right? So you can guess, you can imagine how slow we have gone. Maybe I don't have much knowledge about the history of UAE. Yes, 1 dirham is 17 rupees, around 17, which is still okay if you compare it with dollars. Right, so the exchange rates between the companies, between the countries should be competitive. Health and primary education, very important part. Right, so the health policy of any country should be good. infant mortality. Infant mortality means the children who are being killed when they are under production inside their mother's stomach, right? So that infant mortality rate should be very less. Life expectancy, right? A country is as good as if they have enough safety measures for their peoples, right? There should be less unnatural death percentage. That is called life expectancy. Tuberculosis prevalence, malaria prevalence, HIV prevalence. So all these parameters are considered. Then we have the primary education, right? So the ratio of the number of students who are getting education is taken care of as compared to students who are not going to schools, and also the passing ratio is being taken care of. How is the education sector in UAE? Are all students getting proper education? How is the education infrastructure in UAE? Because I don't have much knowledge about UAE and the schools over there. Can anyone brief me on this? Is it good, bad, average? How is it? In Dubai, especially in Dubai? Technical education is average, okay. What about basic education, like from primary, first class, from up to K-12, up to class 12 especially? Because I have seen there are many schools in UAE, they hire Indian teachers. Right, I can see a lot of ads. They are paying a good money for even more what the Indian engineers are getting in India. They are hiring Indian teachers. I was offered by one school 70,000 rupees. I think around 70 or 80,000 rupees for teaching in Dubai, and they were giving free accommodation. Yes, that's true, Rajiv. Many Indians are over there. I was getting one of the consultants were offering me this, but I did not accept their offer. Yes, that's true. That's true. Right, so they are paying more than what Indian engineers are getting. Teachers are, see, one of the biggest advantage over there is that that there is no tax that people have to pay over there. Right, in India we have to pay 20-30% tax of your salary. But over there, I think we don't have to pay a single rupee as a tax. That is the biggest advantage. Right, so it's very good. It's tax free. Yeah, tuition classes are also good. But nowadays this online culture is expanding very fast because with online education, the students can access the class at their convenient time from their home, and they are also under the monitoring of their parents. Like earlier, when all of us were young, the parents don't know whether the students are going to the coaching or not, or going to the tuition classes or not, or they are bunking the tuition classes, or what they are studying in the tuition classes. But now with this online culture, the parents can monitor. They can view the recordings of what their kids have done during the whole 1 hour in the class. That's the best thing. And also they can study from their home, saving the transportation time, transportation cost. All these things have added value to online education. Don't you think so, all of you? Right? Yeah, but there are scams as well, but pay only after taking the free trial classes of 1 week or something like that. Good. Not all are scams. There are some reputed players in the market as well, like Pearson's. We have Pearson is a world-renowned education company, or I think it is the largest. Right? You can access Khan Academy. It's free of cost. I don't know how many of you have heard of this Khan Academy. Right now, this guy, this guy, his name was Salman Khan. He was from Bangladesh. I'm very yes, right. You can access when you get time, or you can ask your students, or you can ask your kids to access this website. I will give you this link. It's too good. Khanacademy.com. But up to K-12 level only. You can access this in the free time. Now, this guy was from Bangladesh. He has done his engineering from MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which is considered to be one of the best in the world. And then he has done his MBA from Harvard University, right? Which is again one of the best in the world. He was a hedge fund engineer. He quitted his job in order to educate the world. Now his whole vision is to educate everyone in the world, right? Education at any time, right? Whenever the student wants, right? And his foundation is being supported by Bill Gates. His foundation is being supported by Google and so many other. If you can view his website, go through his website. You can watch those videos in which you can also see Bill Gates, right? So and he teaches exceptionally well, right? He explains the things in such a easier way, so you can, right? And it is over there. It is also there's a platform for practice where students can practice as much as they want, right? So if all of you have kids, you can ask your kids to access this website, right? He has given it class wise, or grade wise, and topic and subtopic wise. So it's really good. So if anyone of you get the chance, just access this website. I'm very inspired by this guy. He's doing a very good job. Right, so you can understand the level at which e-learning is nowadays. So not all of them are scams. Some of them are doing for a good cause. Like IMTS also is doing for a good cause, right? So all of you are attending the classes from past 6 months, right? So you can see the difference, right? You are being given the classes every day in the best possible manner. Anyway, let's continue. So the quality of education in this, the secondary enrollment ratio, tertiary enrollment ratio is taken care of. The quality of the educational system is checked. The quality of the math and science education is checked. The quality of management schools are checked. Right? Local availability of specialized research and training services, extent of staff training, all these things are checked. Now, if any one of you is interested in learning the technical skills like IT skills, Java, C, there's another website which I'm very, very fond of. Even I have learned from some concept from this website. But it is not free, you have to pay. It's around $100 per month. cbtnuggets.com. And if you can find the videos online on Google, you can download it. But, this is also a very good website where they train people on various platforms like Linux, C, Java, Oracle, database, so many. So you can also go to these websites. I personally referred these two websites and I found them good, really good. Right. Anyways, so so on-job training is also very popular these days, where the companies will first give you the training and then absorb you as a trainee, and then you can grow. So those ratios are also considered. right? Then we have good market efficiency. In this we have distortions, efficiency of legal framework, extent and effect of taxation on your day-to-day life, number of procedures required to start a business, right? What we call it as the ease of business. That is what Modi is trying to do, the Prime Minister of India these days. Because earlier there was so much paperwork that all the global companies hesitate in coming to India and investing in India, because there are so much clearances that they have to take from Environment Department, X Department, Y Department, Z Department, that they get fed up and goes off. But once he has come, he has given the surety to all the global players that you can submit all your documents online and all your queries will be addressed within 72 hours and it will be cleared as soon as possible. Right, so he's trying to bring jobs into India, but let's see. Right, so a good country is one in which it is easy to start a new business. Clear, everyone? Without so far? Right, so I will stop over here today because I have to catch a train. Right, my train is at is after 23 minutes. Right, so I have to catch one train. We will continue with the same topic tomorrow. Okay, and tomorrow I will take extra time for the time I have covered today. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you for coming to the class. Good night. Take care, all of you. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.